It was a picture of him and a woman. So I went on it and lo and behold, the woman was his fiance. Men are trash! So this is the story of how I was followed to my apartment and acquired a groupie. So I went to Albania. I went to 3 countries. I went to Serbia, Macedonia, the former Yugoslavia Republic of Macedonia, and Albania. I had a really good time. I went by myself. I definitely recommend solo travel if you want to do it. Such an enriching and educating experience. But I'll tell you about this unfortunate series of events. I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so I was walking to Skanderbeg Square. So it's in the middle of town, it's in the block. Just to see some sights. I was heading to the mosque, so Eton Bay Mosque. I got to the square and this man, we will call him Road because I can see my road mics to my left, and he seemed a bit lost. I seemed a bit lost because I was looking at Google Maps. I was kind of like, which don't do that if you're a tourist because you'll make yourself vulnerable. But I was within the reach of the mosque anyway. So he kind of looked at me and he goes, "Are you waiting for somebody for a tour?" And I said, "No." "Why?" And then he's like, "Oh, I'm supposed to be taking 2 girls on a tour and I was supposed to be meeting them here at 12 o'clock. And he said that they're from Birmingham, and I was like, "I've never been to Birmingham my entire life." And he's like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I was like, "London." And I was like, he's like, "Oh, cool." By this time it's about 20 past 12. So obviously the girls were nowhere to be found, we're not going to turn up. So he kind of hung about for a minute and he goes, "Would you like me to take you on a tour?" So I was like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? Like, I didn't have anything to do that day and I wanted to see some things and find out some more information about Tirana. That's where I was. He was very knowledgeable and he showed me his tour pass as well. His tour guide ID. So he was like certified. I think he had like training to do a course, something like that. So he knew pretty much everything about everything. Initially I didn't get any creepy vibes off him. So I'll describe what Road looks like. Say about 6'1", lanky, like tan olive skin, salt and pepper hair, like short hair. A weathered face. I don't mean that in an assaulting manner, by the way. It was like, he looked to be in his late 30s, early 40s. But we will get to that later on. So he took me around that area and he was just explaining like the Skanderbeg statue, went to the Tannis Bridge, and some other places around the area like the castle, etc, etc. Then because we were walking for a while, he was like, "Oh, do you want to get a drink?" Because there were some cafes nearby and I was like, "Sure, why not? No problem." He paid for them. Cool, we got tea. And then after that, okay, so the reason I was just hanging around in the meantime, even though I wanted to see the sights, I had a problem with my first apartment, so I rented an Airbnb and I wasn't happy with it at all, so I left. So it wasn't all that clean and there was no cutlery and there was like things left to dry, and I was like, guests coming, whole human being. So yeah, cancelled that reservation, made a new booking nearby, it was literally around the corner. And the host was really nice, and she just asked if I could wait around for like an hour, hour and a half and then come back, just for her to prepare the apartment for me, because there was a couple that were there that had left literally before I came in. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Left my bags in her office. That's when I headed to Skanderbeg Square. So that's why I was hanging around. Anyway, after showing me around the area and that kind of thing, the host had texted me to say the apartment was ready, so it was about a 20-minute walk back. So I started heading in that direction, and so me and Road were talking. Cool. So I thought around Abdul Fashari Street, everyone knows where that is, that maybe around there we would kind of split off. That's kind of idea that I had is that I don't know where he lives, etc. Now walking, I was headed back to Wilson Square, and the closer I was getting to Wilson Square, the more puzzled I was becoming, because I was like, are you not going home? Do you not have somewhere to be?
Don't you have to be stupid somewhere else?
Not until 4.
My mistake, my big mistake. Now this is the problem with me. I don't like confrontation. So if I think of something, if I'm thinking of something, or if I feel like, I should say something or I should do something, I will know that I have to do it, but I won't necessarily do it, which is really bad. So like, say I feel a certain way about something, I'll be a bit hesitant to say it because I will feel like I will have started an argument or something, even though it's not my fault, if that makes sense. Anyway, but instead of me saying that, I want to unpack, I want to get changed, blah blah blah, this guy walked with me all the way back to the area where my apartment was, and he's like, oh, do you want me to help you with your bags? And I was like, honestly, it's fine. Like I said this from the beginning, like, it's fine, don't worry about it, because it was only like a large cabin bag and another bag, that's it. When I tell you, this guy insisted, please let me help you with your bags, please let me help you with your bags. I don't mind. Oh, I'll help you with your bags. I'll help you with your bags. I was like, honestly, it's fine, don't worry, I can manage, because in the back of my head, I didn't want him to obviously come into the apartment. And so I was like, and like, guys, do not, don't slate me. Like, literally, I'm the kind of person where I will avoid confrontation if I feel it's absolutely unnecessary. I know this is safety, health and safety, I'm aware, I know, I should have just told him to F off, I know. But that's what I did at the time. So I came back to the host's office, which is around the corner. My stuff was in there. She unlocked her office. I got them out. So she saw the guy. And so I told her there's a tour guide. They were talking in Albanian. And then she was like, oh, but it's just you staying in the apartment, right? And I was like, yeah, of course. So yeah, he helped me up with the bags. And then she showed me around the apartment. So I was like, cool, really nice apartment, lots of space. Clean, unlike the first one. About 5-10 minutes later, she left. As she was leaving, I was expecting him to follow her out. What do you think the nigga did? Take a wild guess as to what this man did.
I don't know.
Shut the door. Sat down on the couch. And then I was just looking at him like, huh? Sir, what the invader is going on? Like, I was just like, no, in my head. Again, confrontation. I don't want to be like, I didn't want to seem mean. I didn't want to seem rude. So he sat himself down on the couch, uninvited, unwelcomed. And I sat down because I'm thinking, you're a big man, what are you doing? He would start talking. He's like, oh, I really like you. I think you're beautiful. And I was like, thank you. In my head, I was thinking, why are you still here? You've overstayed your visa in this apartment. And then I was like, I want to unpack now, and I want to have a shower, and I want to get changed. So if you really want to meet up later, we can. Like, I can meet you around here somewhere. The place is full of like clubs and cafes and bars and what have you. This man insisted and would not stop, and on waiting for me in my apartment. Bear in mind, all my belongings are there, my clothes, my iPad, my phone, etc, etc, etc. And I was like, honestly, if you want to meet up in like an hour or so, I'm quite happy to do that, but I need you to leave. But he insisted, and oh my god, I was like, do you not understand what I'm saying? I don't know. And then he just carried on, and eventually he produced his ID. He's like, here, take a picture of my ID so you know that I'm trustworthy. And at this point, it's like, I know obviously I had the option to tell him to get out, like, but sorry, when you're arguing about it, then it's like, I have his ID, I can't really say anymore, if that makes sense. Which obviously I shouldn't have done. I should have told him to get out anyway. Also, while we were sat in the living room, when I stood up So this was when I was going to my room to, you know, get changed and go to the shower. And then he's like, you have such a nice body. In my head I was like, creep central. I was like, thank you. And then, you guys, this male proceeded to lift up my jumper. What the actual yellow jumper. So he didn't lift it up over my boobs, but like it was just sort of underneath my bust, so it was just a bit of my belly. And straight away I stepped away. I was like, no, what are you doing? He's like, no, I'm not trying to do anything to you. I just want to see. I was like, no, what are you doing? What the hell? And he also tried to give me a massage. He was like, oh, can I give you a massage?
Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. That's it.
And he put his hands on my shoulder and I was like, no. And I just moved away. I was like, huh? No. He's like, oh, I just want to give you a massage. I was like, no. So I went to have a shower. I got changed in the bathroom, not the bedroom, because yeah, I already know. Luckily, the bathroom was lockable from the inside. So I took my phone with me, which had the ID. I was like, there's not a damn thing I can do right now to get this limpet out of my apartment. He sat there waiting for me, and then I got changed. Like after I finished, I got changed. It's actually what I'm wearing right now. When I came back into the living room, he goes, oh my God! Wow! Oh my God! You look awesome, you look gorgeous, you look beautiful. And I'm like, it's not that serious. I was like, thank you. And then I was like, you guys, it's not glamorous, isn't it? I was like, whatever. No. So we ended up going to some Italian restaurant down the road, which was it was okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, sorry. He asked for money for the tour, which I anticipated he was going to, but I mean, it was you asking me, but I was like, do you know what? I can't be bothered to argue. He did his job. I said yes. So I just gave him 700 lek. So I was like, okay. But yeah, and then afterwards we went to Bangkok, which was okay. And so he was giving me this whole other tour in every room. There's like an underground museum basically, but yeah, it was really cool. So we went to a cinema room and he was trying to kiss me. He was trying to hold my hand like the whole time we were going out of the museum. He was trying to like kiss me on the cheek, kiss me on the lips, like put his arms around me, like intertwining his hand with mine. And I was like, look, no, like okay, the way I was saying it was like, no, no, because I didn't want to be like, no. But in me saying no, even if I was smiling, it should like set off alarm bells in your head that no, even if like no, like, and I was trying to like push him off me, even still while I was smiling. I was like, no. But I thought he would have got the hint, but obviously not. Like, oh my goodness. So after that, we were in there for quite a while. I'd say about just over an hour. He got in free because he's a tour guide, and I didn't, but the ticket was only 500 lek, so I was like, who cares? But yeah, literally the whole time he was trying it, and I was like, bro. So okay, he wasn't doing this whilst he was taking me on a little tour initially, but as soon as we went to the museum, that's when things really ramped up, and I was just like, no. So after that, we ended up walking back to my apartment. Again, he followed me, and I was like, now saying directly, look, are you going home? It's a bit late. It was not late at all, you guys. It was not even 5 o'clock. It was not even 5. Honestly, I wanted to get a shot of the man. The road was just weird. But again, he insisted following me. I should have been a lot more forthcoming, like, you know, you need to go home. I want to go relax. But I was like, no, like, are you gonna go home? So I was hinting rather than being direct, which was another mistake I shouldn't have made. Guys don't ever do what I did. But it was another 20-minute walk back because the museum and the mosque are the same, within distance of each other. So walking back was about another 20-minute walk, and I kept like strongly hinting like, are you going home now? Are you gonna go meet some friends or something like that? And he's like, no, I want to relax with you, I want to spend time with you, And I was just like, oh my god, I didn't ask you to be my groupie. I really should have started making noise at this point. Guys, do not judge me, but again, I didn't want to be confrontational. I didn't want to kick up a fuss in the street. People were already staring at me as it was, because I'm obviously not Albanian. I didn't want to make more of a fuss. Like, I'm sure people would have helped me, but you know. So got back to my apartment, and again the guy sat down and he just started eating my crisps. And little old me didn't stop him. I was like, okay, it's just crisps, but whatever. Okay. Sat there, munch, munch, munch. And I was like, you know, are you going home? At this point, I was like, okay, this is going a bit too far now. He's like, I really want to relax with you. I want to chat with you some more. Da, 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 da. I was like, I'm so tired. I just want to relax. I just want to chill out by myself. I just want to be by myself. And he's like, no, please, please.
No, please, please.
So by the time we got there, it was about 20 to 6, and he just, oh my God, like, did not understand the meaning of no. And then he just would not stop going on about, I really want to relax with you, I want to chat with you, I want to spend time with you. And I was like, is it not late? Because the thing was, it was pitch dark, but it wasn't even 6 o'clock, so it wasn't late at all. And he just would not stop asking. And then in the end, I was like, okay, do you know what? To appease him, to contain his love for me, or his wild obsession, I don't even know what it was. 10 minutes. I was like, okay, you can stay here for 10 minutes and then you have to go. Like, I was now becoming annoyed. Like, I was like, 10 minutes and then you need to leave. He was like, okay. So for 10 minutes, we were just going through pictures on my phone, memes, pictures of me, etc, etc. So I didn't realise it had been 15 minutes. But I think he did, because when I said it, I was like, look, it's been more than 10 minutes. He just looks at the time and goes, he's just laughing. Locks my phone. This was actually annoying me. And also being social with somebody, especially if you don't know them, is mentally exhausting. Like, sometimes I want to break from going, like, I'm not saying that I put on an act, but you know when you just want to be yourself and just, I was just like, okay, you need to leave now. And I was starting to become quite serious about it. I was like, I would like you to go now. It was as if he did not understand the meaning of leave or no. And he was just sat there with puppy eyes looking at me like, I just love your puppy dog eyes. I wanna be between your puppy dog thighs. And I wasn't even smiling at this point. I was literally like, look, you need to leave now. So I ended up standing up. So there was a dining room in the corner, and then on one of the chairs was his jacket. Wallet and cigarettes were on the table. So I stood up, handed him his jacket, gave him his wallet and cigarettes. Then I said, you need to leave now. You spent the whole day with me. I think it's enough. And he was just staring at me like, Sarah, why are you doing that? I was like, because I want to relax, and I've told you, like, you need to leave. And every time I tell you that you need to leave, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Like, I was just becoming frustrated. I didn't understand that you're a grown adult. Like, this guy, okay, this guy was 30 years old. So remember when I said that he looked to be in his late 30s? This guy, his ID said 30. I don't think it was a fake ID, but he looked a lot older. But anyway, he was just staring like, very slowly putting on his jacket, putting the wallet and cigarettes in his jacket. The whole time he was looking at me like puppy. And I was just looking at him like, time, today, this week. So after he had very slowly done all of that, it took, I'm not even exaggerating, about a good 5 or 6 minutes to get him out the door. So you know when you see someone off at the door and you're like, okay, bye, it was lovely to see you, blah, blah, blah. You know how normally that takes about not more than 10-15 seconds. This took a good 5-6 minutes, you guys, because this guy Road was, this is what he was doing. Oh, I just want one kiss. Oh, just, you know, I just want one kiss. Oh, please just let me stay some more, please. I just want one more kiss. I just want one kiss. I just want one kiss from you. Oh, just one kiss on the lips. I just want to spend time with you. Da 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 da. I was like, no, I don't want to kiss you. I don't like you like that. You need to leave. You need to go. I was getting serious. I was getting annoyed. I was like, because you're not listening to what I'm saying. He's like, why are you telling me to go? Why are you doing that? I was like, because you're not listening to me. And I was like, what the hell? I was literally like, what the weirdo is happening here? So as he was stepping towards the door, he kept looking back at me like this. You know. And I was like, are you leaving? Are you going to leave? Are you going to close the door? I was getting very annoyed because, like, I've asked you to leave about 1 million times and you're still here. I literally just going on and on and on and on and on for a kiss, and I'm like, no, don't like you like that. Okay, you just leave. He was like a limpet, literally would not leave. Oh my god. Do you know what makes it that? Do you know what the cherry on the cake was? Ah! The big fat cherry on the cake. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you have a person's full name, so first name, surname, and they're of interest to you, what do you do in this modern age? In this day and age, what do you do? Search them on Facebook. So that's what I did. Searched Rhodes' name on Facebook and it came up. It was a picture of him and a woman. So I went on it and lo and behold, the woman was his fiancée. Men are trash. Hey, I was like, no. The woman, she seems so nice, her vibes so positive. I was just looking at her pictures, I went on her profile and I was like, how could you do that to her? And that actually explains why he never asked me for any contact details. So I was thinking, upon all this obsession, you haven't asked me for number, you haven't asked me for Facebook, you haven't asked me for Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, nothing. And I also noticed he didn't have an engagement ring on his finger from the moment that I met him in the square. So when I told my friend, she was like, oh, it's common for guys to not wear an engagement ring if they're engaged. And I was like, well, that's not happening with me when I get engaged. I've never heard of that. The guy did not have an engagement ring or any kind of jewelry on his fingers at all. I was genuinely shocked. And okay, so the next day, so I was walking back from near the area where the Plaza Hotel is. It's around like the airport shuttle bus stop, Ali Demi Street, etc. That kind of area. I was walking back from there. He wasn't facing my direction, so I was walking, but he was facing the wall having a cigarette, and he must have seen me from his peripheral vision. So like he was facing this way and he must have seen me coming from this direction, because as soon as I approached, I kid you not, this guy turned to face this way. Oh my god, it was just hilarious. I was like, you're a big boy, what are you doing? And I was just looking at him the whole time. So obviously he didn't see me looking, but I was boring holes in his skull because I was like, you're a big boy, what are you doing? What are you doing? So yeah, that is the story of how I was pressured slash harassed slash stalked slash however you want to call it in Albania. Not every man is like that, I will assure you. Like everyone there is genuinely lovely, they're so friendly. A lot of the men are fit as well, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I mean, in hindsight, what I really should have done was arm myself with the emergency number. I know one person that lives in Tirana, but literally it was like I could have asked for help and I would have received help, but it was, again, it's just the idea of not wanting to confront somebody. I didn't have the confidence to be assertive, and now I understand why that's important, because it's my safety. So if there's any advice you could take from this, it's literally don't be afraid to be assertive. If you're not confident, it doesn't matter, act like you are. Normally I walk with confidence when I'm going somewhere in a foreign city and nobody tries to approach me, that kind of thing. The minute you look lost or vulnerable, people approach you and people try and scam you. But I think when it comes to being assertive, if you don't want to do something, you need to say, look, no, I'm not interested, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. If someone's trying to pressure you into buying something, just be confident, just say no. You don't need to be rude, but no, if I need your help, I'll come back to you. Thank you. That's it. 99.9% of the time they will leave you alone. This is not the first time I've been stalked slash harassed. There was a guy working in a Matka Canyon, so he operates a boat, literally trying to kiss me and touch me and all of this stuff after taking me to the cave, which, like, you know, I didn't get any vibes off him that he was creepy or anything like that. He seemed really friendly, because it was just, oh my god. Ladies, you've got to be careful. If you're traveling solo, do it, but the men out there, like, if you think Britain is bad, like, the thing is, I don't want to generalize, but a lot of men are after one thing, but it's amplified by 10 when you go abroad and they see you and they're like, ooh, pretty girl, and you know, or even if you're by yourself, people try and take advantage of you. And all I can say is do your research. If someone approaches you saying, oh, you know, do you want a taxi or do you want help with this, just say no. You've got your phone with you, that's all you need. My phone could have not been more useful when I was traveling. Trust me, your phone will be your best friend. Do not let people take advantage of you. If guys approach you, don't just don't go there, because to be honest, they're all the same, or most of them are the same. Ladies, just be careful. Like, anything could happen. Have emergency numbers with you. Say you're gonna meet a friend. Everybody's so helpful and lovely anyway, so I would have no problem, you know, if I was in a situation. But just be careful with people like that. That situation, it could have gone left it could have gone all the way left so quickly. Here's your trash can featuring Trash remix. Oh my god, guy is engaged and you're making moves on me like that. I was shocked. I was so shocked when I found out. I was like, wow. I was like, no wonder you didn't ask me for my number, my Facebook, Instagram, nothing. I was like, oh, now I know. Cool. Let me know if anything like this has ever happened to you. You can leave your comments in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. Please comment, like, rate and subscribe. So bye guys.